Hi, my name's Tom Goss. I'm the team leader of the Goss team here at HomeSmart Professionals. I've been a realtor for several decades now, and coming from a background of auto mechanics and construction, I've repaired cars at a dealership level. I've also ran construction crews for several years, and then in my 30s I decided to just be a realtor full time. And we started the team about 5-6 years ago. Interestingly enough, I was working at the dealership. I rebuilt engines and trainees, and I was working on an engine, and I had already had my license because I did real estate part-time in the initial beginning. And I injured my left hand. I tore all the tendons off my elbow, and I lost function of this hand. So I was disabled for the first time in my life in my 30s. And I said to my wife now, Lindsay, well, it's time to stop doing the physical part of things and start using my brain. And I went full time. I told Lindsay, I said, I quit my job and I'm going full time into real estate. After she threw up, she had all settled in, and decades later, here we are. It was interesting. So I had to learn people a little bit because being a carpenter and being a mechanic, you really didn't have a lot of interaction with sales, but you were problem solving. So I think a lot of my strengths come from the problem solving part of things. And I've adapted that into real estate. So our whole process with our team from beginning to end is problem solved process. So I saw the things that were missing in the industry, and I said, you know what? We need to do this, this, and this so the buyer can experience the joy of purchasing a house as opposed to feeling like they're going to the dentist and getting their wisdom tooth pulled out. I love what I do. I work 24/7 it seems, but when you like what you do and you're passionate about it, it's not a job. So what kind of car do I drive? Well, every day I drive a Yukon Denali because that's my mobile office and I live in it for the most part. But it's not uncommon for you to see me, I don't know, kind of kicking it out sideways in my Mustang going down the road every now and then. My background being a mechanic, it's built, it's stroked, it's supercharged, 600-700 horse at the wheel. So it's not really your everyday driver, so to speak. It's kind of loud, obnoxious, and it's fun. Fast enough to get speeding tickets. What do I do outside of real estate? It's not uncommon for you to see me starting projects at my house. One of the problems of being a carpenter is you start projects because you know how to do them, but you don't necessarily finish them. So
how many projects do you have ongoing?
a couple.
List them.
Couple. There's a lot of them. I can't list them. I will say that Lindsay has sticky notes throughout our house, so there's enough to have sticky notes everywhere. But yeah, so how I unwind and untune my brain from real estate and everyday work process is I'll go out there and mow my big yard with my mower and hang out in the garage to hide from Lindsay mostly. I'll tinker around my car and I'll start projects on my house and hopefully someday I'll finish them.